And it was just the coolest scenario I've ever seen because there was just sparks flying from the chainsaws. There was just stuff flying everywhere. Me and him were just sitting there just cutting down trees in the middle of the woods at 10:30 at night, surrounded by fire. It was just awesome. Yeah, it was super dangerous, but it was great. So for the most part, like when I was before I came here, I just heard about it. I've seen stuff, you know, you see fires, you hear about fire crews and stuff. I always assumed there was like this huge process that you had to do, like a bunch of schooling and stuff and a whole bunch of training. So I always assumed it was just something like I don't have time for all that. Like there's no way I'm getting all that done. So as soon as I got here, they actually offer it. Like it's you just, as long as you can get your community clearance and you have clear conduct and everything, they'll put you through the trainings and get you into the group of people that go. Well, usually whenever they call us, we're kind of the ones that they like to say we're the first ones there and the last ones to leave because we'll show up. We're the hand dig crew. So we go and we kind of do all the grunt work. We would like roll out water hose so that they call it hose laying. We do that. We dig fire line around the fire. We would take like I'm a sawyer, so I actually take and I run the chainsaw. So if there's any kind of logs or trees that need to be cut up or fell down, I do that. And then everybody else just kind of digs line. We spray any type of hot spots. We'll go around, we'll grid for hot spots, do that kind of stuff. We're pretty much under the assumption most of the time that everybody knows that we're an inmate crew. But it's never really, it's kind of one of those, they tell them like, you know, obviously don't give them anything. Don't, you know, we can talk to them, but if they ask for something, don't give them anything, you know, stuff like that. But for the most part, they just appreciate that we go work and how hard we work. Like my first time out on fire, because they use radios. We can't get radios, but we can hear it because our supervisors will have a radio. So they'll call like over the radio and they'll ask for the Deer Lodge crew. And that's us because we're Deer Lodge. And it just stuck with me so much because it's not like they didn't say over the radio, knowing we don't have any, you know, say, oh, get those inmates over here or nothing. It was nothing like that. It was all professional. It was, you know, get the Deer Lodge crew over here. We need their help, that kind of stuff. So it stuck with me on day one that I noticed that. And I was more impressed, I guess, than anything to just be treated like a normal person. Best part, because the food here, even though it's free, it sucks so bad. So it's awesome. I mean, because they'll cater, they'll get so much food that you can't eat. Because they'll give you just sack lunch meals for lunches. That alone is more food than we're used to eating here. Get out of here, it's going to be trying to get as many classes as I actually can. I'm going to invest and look into getting more classes and getting some of the private companies and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of private companies that are out there that they don't really care as much about like backstory of what you are, because it is still hard like any other job as a felon to get a job anywhere. And a lot of times the state won't hire a felon. On the so the DNRC and the Forest Services and stuff, they kind of tend to shy away, if anything. So, but that's why there's a lot of private companies that will hire them specifically because they know that there's things like the prison RAN group where they know we have experience and that we want to learn. It reminds me that just because I'm in here, that not everybody's going to treat me horrible when I get out. It's just that little bit of a reminder that the world moves on and not everything is always bad. So it's nice to get out there and just be treated like a normal person.